Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these triple layered boutique bows using the Brilliant Bow Maker snap templates, and this is all in 1.5 inch ribbon. And I'm not going to show you how to make the bow 3 times, but you'll be able to understand. I've already got my 2 smallest ones, so this one's 28 inches, this is 30, and the last one we're going to make is the 32 inch one for the base. Now this one is these sizes, so 28, 30, 32, and on this one I've done 28, 32, 36, so you can see it makes a little bit of difference on how they sort of nest together and settle, etc., things like that. And the other thing is it's rare for me, but I have actually set all of these with Max Hold hairspray. Now, I don't do that very often, but these are the sort of bows that once you've got them in the place that you want them and they've settled how you want them to look, like I said, blasting them with that hairspray and having them like harden and set how you want to does benefit you a lot, because it sort of makes them sit nicely in the way that you want. Okay, so there's your bows. There's our template. This is our last length of the 32 inches. And the other thing is when you're making, and I will stress this, when you're making, whichever way you start, whether or not you start from this way round or from this way round, make sure you start in the same way and that you've got the same start points each time. So if you start, I've done all my bows this side, the other two starting from here. Okay, so if you do your bows, you want them all to start this direction. You don't want one to start this way, one to start that way. You need to have them all start the same direction and have the same process, because again, it will help you with the balance, it will help you with the look, and it will help them all nestle together nicely. So I'm going to move that so that one lines up directly with that A there. I want this to line up. Hold on, it slipped a little bit. This is why we use the clips in the first place. So there's that one side. Then we want to do the other side same way. Loop round, clip it in. And we want this point to be directly above the D, just like the other side, directly above the A. So there's your A, there's your D. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the thread right through the centre. We're just doing a little tack stitch just to hold this in place while we make our loops and finish off the remaining bit on the template. Make sure that they're all popped in and in the actual cups. Now when you're working with slightly longer loops, always make sure that they're all facing here, and the other thing is always make sure that they're in the little clips. And when you can do that, you can lift them up, heat crease, same this side, bring it up, and then we can take our clips off and then bring our sides over and into the cup. And the thing that I do, as always, is make sure that that line is directly in line either sides, and then you bring this one over as well. So bring it in, bring it across, clip, clip, and again make sure that this is still in a line over here. I'm just going to put my clips here and here for a second, because this will help you as well. And then what you want to do is make sure that these sort of look balanced, like so. And that when you sew in, everything is in nice and securely. Now from beneath, where your triangle goes in, you want to go one in and then one over here. I haven't threaded my thread, knotted my thread off, so I'll just do that now. That would have been clever. One. Do knot your thread off, is personal preference to yourself. So that's 1, 2. Just going to take out the tack stitch there. Then your third one just before your centre. Fourth just over your centre the opposite side. Fifth through your back, like this, and your sixth one up through your point this side. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and in a minute we can snap this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, and you will have had 3 boutiques that all look like this. This is what they will have come off on the template. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. And then pinch them together so you get your 3 creases. Bring your thread round. 1, 2, 3. Ow. Watch fingers, I just stabbed myself. I'll straighten this up in a minute. Always remember this, boutiques don't always look perfect the second that before you fluff them. So if your boutique currently looks like this, that is entirely normal. So this is our base bow. I'm just going to give this a little fluff up. And what you'll notice is when you bring them all together, all your 3 sizes, you've got the bottom loops that tend to sort of squish together a little bit and the top loops slightly wider. So this is how they come off the template, which helps you, because the other thing you need to do is when you're doing this is if you put them all the right way up, so if you put this one that way and the other one that way, again it's going to throw it off a little bit. So try and make it so that when you're nesting them together like this, that you've got them all the same way. Up, and it sort of helps them nest together, and like I said, helps you, you know, when you're sort of adjusting them and getting them sat how you want them. You can see they're all sort of already starting to look nice. The other thing that I do, and again this just helps it stay centered, is with the needle and the thread right through the center of this one, and then the next size, so that's 32, this is a 30, right up through the center of that one, still staying in the same pattern, so there's still as I said, your wider loops at the top, your ones that bunch together the bottom. Okay. Right through the centre, hook that last one on, thread them all down, get all your loops nestled on each side. Now this is a bit where it takes like a little bit of playing around and fiddling and, like I said, working with it until you've got it how you like your loops and everything to sit and be adjusted. Yeah, first get them all in, and then take your thread and you want to go really tight, and you want to wrap it as tight as you can, because this A takes bulk out and B will help them, once you've finished in a minute, it will help them sit together and be tidier in a moment. And then thread it off. And again, don't be concerned at this point, because we're going to tidy them up and set them in with hairspray once we've done. There we go. So like I said, nice and tight all the way around. This is what you'll look at the minute. Like I said, it looks alright, little state. So pop your loops in, each one. So that's one side. Okay, and then same the other side. Pop them all in. And the other thing that I do sometimes to get them how you want is I manipulate this back loop here, same on both sides, because I feel if you give them a little twist like this, can you see? It settles them in, and that's how I like mine to look. Okay, so once you're happy with everything, I've got my hair clip. Put that on the back. The other thing is, while I'm attaching it, I'm just making sure I've not moved my loops from where I want them. Okay, so they're all currently nested in the way that I want them to be. Then I've got some matching 9mm. make sure that's settled, and again with your hands make sure you're holding it in the place that you want it, and then wrap it round once, nice and tight. Open your clip, bring it round again, and then snip off, heat seal, glue. Like I said, don't be concerned about your loops at the minute, because this is the whole point of making adjustments. Just playing around until you're happy with everything. And then I've got a knotted centre that I made earlier. I'm just going to do some glue on here, flat bit. Put this over. Too long. Right, so last couple of adjustments. Okay. So this is how I like mine to sit, and I've got an old Amazon box here, and again just give it a tweak, and don't be afraid to play around until you are 100% happy with all of your loop placements. And if you're not happy with your loop placements, don't blast it with your hairspray. Wait until you are 100% certain you like it just how it is, okay? So I get mine like that, and then I pour them up. Same on this side. There we go. And then when you are 100% happy with it, like completely, you take your hairspray, make sure you're in a well ventilated area, especially with the amount that you put on. And this is quick dry out dry, and it's not the most expensive hairspray, it's just like £1.99 one from Tesco's in the UK. But like I said, in the next sort of 2 minutes, because of how hot it is in the UK at the moment, this will be set, and then it will look like these ones. And like I said, remember, it's how you like them to sit, so you can play around, and once they're set, you're all ready to go, and you can put them in your boxes ready to ship out, or like I said, put them on your children, whichever you're doing, whether or not you're selling or making personal. And that's how you make the nested 3-layer tux bow with the Brilliant Bow Maker snap template. And I made these in some nice